This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop! August 27th to the 29th, 2021! Atlanta, Georgia! Ranger Stop 8! November 11th to the 14th! Orlando, Florida! Get your tickets now!
I have seen 14 million and 7 possible futures.
How many do we win?
None.
Then why the hell are you looking at them anyway?
Because the only way to prevent it is by sealing all the swords away.
What about we just seal your sword away?
Because then you will all die. We will all die.
So, but we all die anyway at the end, don't we? Doesn't Thanos still win?
Does he though?
I mean, if you really want to think about it, in Infinity War, Thanos still won. The only way the Avengers were able to beat Thanos is to let Thanos win. And so let whomever the antagonist of the show, because at this point, this show does not know who's the antagonist at this point. Let them win. And then just pull an Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. We can't save the world, but we will avenge it.
I'm dead serious. Who is the antagonist of the show?
Well, at this point, I'm convinced it's more so Master Logos than it is the Magids.
Yeah, because of that, or it's maybe everyone's the bad guy. Maybe everyone's
like a movie Parasite.
That, or maybe everyone stabbed the dude on the Orient Express and is playing. Oh no, you see anything? I ain't Takeshi 6ix9ine. I ain't seen anything. I don't snitch. At this point, Saber don't snitch.
See, this is why I prefer reading Death on the Nile than the Murder on the Orient Express.
At this point, bro, I just want to say this. I'm so glad I feel a lot better compared to last week. Because I was dying last week for somehow, some way, and I'm feeling a whole lot better. But guys, it's
the onion banana juice.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Writer Time Podcast. My bad. Henshin, my bros. This is Mike. I am Leo. We are the Writer Bros. And we're gonna rock, then we're gonna roll, and we're gonna writer kick it all night long because X is gonna give it to all of them. Anyways, so we are here to talk about episode 26 of Kamen Rider Saber. I got this. Because considering the fact that we've been doing Transformers Month this week on Scar Game Podcast, Kamen Rider Saber, episode 26, Deep Darkness with a Sword of Energon.
Wait. I got this.
Are you on Megatronic? Go ahead, Megatronic.
No. In the beginning, there was the book.
No. I got this. In the beginning, there was Shia LaBeouf. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Anyways, okay, I'm done. Anyways, we're here to talk about episode 26 of Kamen Rider Saber, where I'm not surprised Kento came back. We all called that
internet owes the both of us $5.
The
it owes us $5 harder than a certain someone owes you 80.
Oh, oh man. Anyways, but yeah. So other than that, Mike, how you been, dude? How did you like this episode? I actually liked it. I liked the hell out of it.
Okay, this episode was my Game of Thrones season 4.
So Game of Thrones peaked after season 4, or is that what you're telling me?
No, like it peaked at season 4, went down ever so slightly at season 5, then went back up to season 4 level for most of the episodes of season 6, and then it just plummeted like halfway, like back to like just below season 1 level in season 7. Then it went abysmal to the bottom. But the point, but this episode was my Battle of Castle Black.
Oh my god, hold up.
We actually get some answers and a few questions, but more importantly, we get more answers than questions. And it is glorious. And Tassel actually was more involved in the story, even though he only shows up for only like 3 seconds.
Yeah, man. No, his name is not Tassel.
We'll get to that.
All right, let's just talk about it. So we catch up on what happened in the last episode. Revelation: Kento is Caliber. Spoiler alert. We all knew that though. And he leaves. Not just that, but freaking Reika is not having it. She's trying to stop them, and then he escaped. And then she deals with Yuri or ex-swordsman. He's like, nah, girl, you stay in a child's place, right? And then she escaped.
We have a conversation in Fish, and she's like, here's an end to your conversation. I'm out of here. Peace. She's basically Candace from Phineas and Ferb in this episode, where she always leaves and goes, peace.
Aww. Well, and so, give me a second.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. My girl wanted to tell me she loved me. That's all. Anyways, shut up.
At least we're getting a Reika Rintaro moment in this episode.
Shut up.
In some way.
Anyways, so after the whole fight goes down. Oh, also. Actually, no. We learned that later on. So they're trying to figure out, so Kento's Caliber now? What? Who? What? And it's like, that means we can actually win. We can win this thing. Kento came back from the darkness. Okay? The darkness will never win. He found his sanctuary and faced his fears. I'm sorry, that's the only time you'll ever hear me mention that damn franchise. I'm sorry. So, Tetsuo's like, not quite. Why would he attack us to begin with? He's like, well, maybe we just talk to him. Like he's like, but he literally just said, in order to save the world, he has to close we can't use our swords. He's going to steal these swords. And then
it cuts to this visual sequence where you see the world collapsing around Kento while he's climbing up this building, and then we see this epic image. Hold on, give me a second.
This is like, you know what that image reminds me of? It reminds me of Soul Calibur for some reason. Soul Calibur 3 specifically.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna show it on my phone because it's not.
Which sword? Oh, which pick?
This one.
It's right here. Dude, here, give me a second.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, boom. You see all of the swords sealed away, including one sword that we haven't seen before. So
yeah. The big one, the one in the middle.
No, the green one right there.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then we see him. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Where is it? Then we see him transform into Caliber, and then he pulls a "You shall not pass" like on the ground, and it causes a Thanos-stepped Earth to restore itself.
Yeah, because in the vision, we're looking through in Kento's point of view is that the entire world just gets Thanos snapped, like everything is gone. Then it's Flashpoint Paradox meets Avengers Endgame meets the final episode Power Rangers Super Dino Charge. It's all that wrapped in one. Yeah. But he reverses the snap and then saves the world. So we are now seeing that, and he says, I can do it on my own. Meanwhile,
in the southern base, We see.
I got this. Let me talk about it. Let me talk about this scene because I know L'Oreal is gonna want us to talk about it. The one dude she hates, Ren, is trying to figure out what the hell is going on because Rentaro is telling him one story and he's not hearing from Ren. And he's like, "Yo, so is Kento back? Is it okay? Are we good now?" She's like, "If you don't shut the hell up." Yes, he's back, but he's the enemy. He's the enemy just like your friends, just like you, if you don't get your together. And then she goes to talk to homeboy, the Master Logos. And
meanwhile, Master Logos, he sees someone approaching and he says, Victor, I did not expect to see you here. And then on the other side of the room, we hear a familiar voice saying, I go by a different name now. You can call me Tassel.
Yo, I want to talk. Can I please talk about this? Can I please talk about this? So, while we see the altercation between Victor or Tassel, because we all know the fool as Tassel, and Master Logos, Yuri tells the story to Toma about the original warriors who had the sacred books. One of the warriors, who probably was Victor, said, "Yo, I will stay in the Wonder Book and keep things. I'm gonna hold everything down over here." While
That's him on the far right.
Yeah, because y'all the homies, y'all the real ones. You feel me? Y'all do what you got to do. I'm gonna stay here in the hood, and I'm gonna hold the hood down.
And the guy right next to him has to be the keeper of the human world.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of them had to maintain balance between the two worlds ever since then. Now, you're probably wondering, who are these three other guys?
Y'all probably wondering who these three Backstreet Boys, discount Backstreet Boys looking dudes on the left are. And I probably know exactly who they are. And we've been seeing them since the beginning of the show. That's one of them. Hold on, can you go back to the other picture? Can I get that? All right. So, y'all are probably wondering who the fool is right here with the sleeveless cutout trying to look swole and stuff. That's probably Zuos.
Yep.
The dude with the red scarf who's trying to show Chris Jericho that his scarf game is better than his. That's probably Legolas, Legenial.
Yeah.
And the dude dressed in all black, looking like he's about to start listening to Nickelback again, is Storius.
Yep. Zuvos, Legenial, and Storius were three of the 5 original warriors sealed away, and now we're getting into some really good fan theory territory because now we have reason to believe that maybe they're not necessarily the bad guys, but they went insane from being trapped in the book for so long.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the membrane.
Okay, stop, because the DMCA might come after us if we keep going. So
wait, what if we did the barbershop quartet version from South Park?
Stop. Anyways, so next thing you know, Tassel, because Tassel's trying to be like, "Yo, look, I'm just here because I'm just trying to make sure everything's fine because I made a deal with the original Master Logos, and the new Master Logos like, I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further." And you realize that the Master Logos, his whole plan is to get all the Wonder Ride books, get all the swords, open the book of truth up again, and completely wipe out Earth, restore it, and rule over it. In his own image and rule over. So we already knew Master Logos was sus from the beginning.
You know what's fun? You know what I find interesting? Aside from them continuing to show that there are indeed 11 swords, we also find that there's a total of 19 books in this magic circle. And I remember, where else have I heard about collecting 19 MacGuffin items in order to gain the one MacGuffin item to rule over reality? Oh yes, that's right. One Wonder Ride book to find them all. One Wonder Ride book to get them all. One to write book 2, bind them all. And in the darkness, well, this is shtick.
Shout out to Jason Hood, because I know you and Ryan interviewed him last Saturday. So shout out to Jason Hood.
But yeah, like in Lord of the Rings, there were 19 rings that were controlled by the one master ring.
Mm-hmm. And so I'll
let you continue from here.
After Master Logos goes full anime antagonist and explains his entire plan, and he's like, "Well, what makes you think I'm on stage?" He's like, "Well, Tassel, you have an important part in this entire thing." And he snaps, and Tassel's gone.
Mm-hmm. He got Thanos snapped.
Is he dead? Is he alive? I don't know. Tassel's probably dead.
Or just
I hope
trapped.
he's not. Oh, he's trapped. He's trapped with Sophia.
Yeah. You think you think he's gone like Doctor Strange, but no, he's only gone like Ant-Man.
Yeah. So like, he's probably where Sophia is now, and which, likely or not, now he's about to get tortured just like Sophia, with Reika just smacking him around while she's wearing all black. But that's a different story. Anyways, so while all that's going on, Toma is like, "Yo, maybe I can talk to Kento." Kento made a promise that we were both going to find Luna, and together we were going to save the world. Let me talk to him. Maybe I can get through him, right? By the way, so Master Logos, did he kind of look like Storius to you, or is it just me?
No, he's totally Genta from Shinkenger, which by the way proves once and for all, curry's good, sushi's evil.
I dare you to say that to several people we know. I dare you to say that. Anyway,
curry's good and sushi's evil. There,
I'm gonna make sure. Listen, I don't know if anyone's able to clip videos on YouTube or Facebook, but can y'all just clip this part and email it to me? That'd be great. Anyways, so then Kento looking super emo, and I'm talking like, we talked about how much of an edgelord Kento has looked in the past. No, Kento goes full edge. He full on edgelord. I'm talking Sasuke edgelord. I'm talking.
Funny you mentioned
Annie
Sasuke.
from freaking Attack on Titan. Emo edgelord. I'm talking Eren Yeager edgelord from season 3. No, it's not season 3. Season 2. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen season 4 Attack on Titan yet. So like he's full-edged edgelord now.
And he basically goes Doctor Strange, where he's like, I've seen the future, and Tomo's like, no way, seriously. And then
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute, because he fights Yuri. Yuri comes, and we have Soul Calibur versus Soul Edge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sort of dark to sort of light, and Reika, because Reika is sus. We all knew she was sus, and the fact that she knows what the hell Master Logos is doing, that means she's a heel now. She's a full edge heel now, because she knows exactly what this fool is doing, and she's okay with it. Reika comes in and is trying to fight both Calibur and the ex-swordsman, and they told her to stay in the child's place, even though she leaves. Like,
yeah, and even our two favorite characters get involved. Ogami and Tetsuo.
Yeah, they fight Reika, and then while all that is going on, freaking Calibur washes all of them, and then throws Reika into a bubble, takes her out, and then we finally see a face-to-face confrontation between Toma and Kento.
Yeah, and Kento's like, I've seen the future, and Toma's like, I don't believe you. And he's like, oh yeah?
No, he believed him. No. He said he believed him. He said he believed him.
And he's like, he's like, you know what? I'll prove it to you. I'll pull a Joseph Joestar. The next thing you're gonna say is we made a promise on that day, and then at the same time he's like, hold on.
Oh, I'll get rid of it. Hold up.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, I kept the subtitles for this because he says it at the same time. If we work together, we can change the future. And then he even goes on to go further on that. He goes architect from Matrix 2, where he's like, you're about to go full berserk in your primitive form, but don't worry, you'll demorph without hurting anyone this time.
And then we see in Kento's eyes, Kento, like we made the Doctor Strange joke earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You see it. You actually see it in his visions. Kento has seen multiple streams of the multiverse of events to come, and every single one of those memories. By the way,
I love how we actually get to see all these swords. Got fire, water, lightning, earth, wind, darkness, sound, smoke, and we see that one saber from the movie, and we see two other swords that we haven't seen yet.
We're gonna have to watch that movie at some point, huh?
Yeah, we are.
I'm still pissed it takes place before the events of Kento dying, but it is what it is. But no, so we see through Kento's visions that Kento has looked throughout the streams of the multiverse, trying to figure out how to stop what appears to be Armageddon, Kamen Rider Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
And every single one of his visions, they all still lose. If they work together, they lose. If they work alone, they lose. If they get separated, they lose.
If they get defeated by the Magids, they lose. If they defeat the Magids, they lose. They save Luna, they lose. They save Sophia, they lose.
They team up with Master Logos, they lose. They kill Master Logos because they realize he's a sus dude, they lose. In general, every single one of Kento's visions, and pretty much all the theories that potentially every single fan of Kamen Rider Saber has had, including me, including you, all of them end up with the Earth getting Thanos snapped, and in the end, everyone loses. And the only vision that we know confirmed thus far is where the entire world is saved is because Kento does it as Caliber. And the only way to do it is to seal off the sacred swords.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows this off after throwing it out there to Toma, after pretty much throwing an entire book into Toma's face, show him this is what's going to happen. He fights both Ogami and Tetsuo, knocks both of them down. Tetsuo demorphs, and Kento takes his sword and seals Tetsuo's sacred sword, disabling it.
These shadowy chains and everything, and this is like super intense for me. Not gonna lie.
And
I forgot to show. This is what the end of the world looks like.
Yeah, it looks like something straight out of Kingdom Hearts. I'm not even gonna front. And I'm not even joking. Like, it looks like something straight out of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So,
and of course, Toma transforms, and naturally his draconic knight form ends up evolving into his primitive dragon form, and he naturally screams into the moonlight. Please don't copyright us, Avex Group.
Oh my god. And so he sees the little boy. He says, "Let me help you." He demorphs and actually still holds consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And
but he lowers his head instead of reaching out to him, so the boy ends up leaving.
Yeah. And then the last shot, and also Reika, being sus, took Tetsuo's Wonder Book and brings it back to the Master Logos.
Mm-hmm. That sus look on his face. You know, in this image, he reminds me of Hart from Kamen Rider Drive. Because he's wearing that red robe with his hair parted like that.
Mm-hmm. And then the last thing we see from the episode is Tetsuo screaming in anger, screaming in pain, agony, sadness, as if he just lost his son, as he can no longer use his sacred book to continue to fight.
You can't even hear its vibrance. Because
Nope.
remember, like Tetsuo is a person who listens to weapons. Like he hears weapons, like a technopath, but with weapons instead of technology. And he can't hear the voice of his own sword anymore.
Yeah, it's spoiler. Remember how in WandaVision when she touched Vision's head and she's like, I can't feel you no more.
Mm-hmm.
This was Kamen Rider Saber's WandaVision moment. I can't feel you no more.
Yeah. Spoilers, guys, but yeah.
Look, this show. Look, all 9 episodes of WandaVision are out. You have not watched them yet. What is wrong with you?
Some people don't have Disney Plus.
There are other ways.
Don't say it on our show.
I'm not gonna say them, but I mean, come on, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Come on now. Anyway, so yeah, that's the end of episode 26 of Kamen Rider Saber. The bad guys win. Well, kinda, sorta. And our boy Tetsuo is in pain and agony and sadness because he can no longer feel his sword and he can no longer become a Kamen Rider, which makes it worse is because of the fact that he stopped being a Kamen Rider for a very specific reason and became a Kamen Rider again for a very specific reason. And now he can't friggin' become a Kamen Rider now.
Mm-hmm.
Forcefully, he can't.
Yeah, it's been like he chose to become a Kamen Rider earlier. Now he lost the ability to have that choice.
He lost the ability to choose whether he wants to put his sword down or not. Mm-hmm. That's sad. Like when you really think about it. But I'm gonna go first. I love this episode. I friggin' love this episode. I have nothing to complain about. Honest to God. Everything that we have talked about, all the theories that we kind of had about the show have been thrown out, just like everyone's theories of Mephisto being the main villain to WandaVision, which was not going to happen.
All of our theories have been thrown out.
Which ones haven't been thrown out yet?
Well, for one, the fact that Kento is going to come back as Caliber. One thing that we can't rule out yet is having a new May becomes a Spada. Oh, God, and also there's still 2 writers we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, that's true. They're gonna pull up like Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. Watch. Anyways, but I really like this episode. I love the scene between Kento and Toma. Like, I know we make fun of Kento a lot, but the actor does a fantastic job portraying Kento. And I really love the dialogue. I love that scene of Toma, I have seen the future. What you're like, no matter what you say, everything that you're telling me right now, I tried it. I tried in many spectrums of the multiverse, and it doesn't work. We still lose. We're dead. We are all dead. I love that. That is some deep stuff. That is deep writing right there. And I love the fights. The fight between Caliber and X-Swordsman was really, really good. Because I really thought Yuri was going to lose. I'm like, dude, if Yuri gets his sword stowed away, that means he's going to die because he's been a sword the longest. That means his soul is gone. But thankfully they didn't. Thank God. And I'm so glad Ogami didn't get shot either.
What makes me really curious, though, is what is Victor's sword or rider form? That's what I'm really curious about. Because, Victor was one of the 5 original writers. And you know what? And I'm curious, what would the 3 Magits original writer forms be?
blue, red, and yellow. Come on now.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, because in an earlier episode they did say that Rekka was one of the first swords ever made, not counting the Sword of Light and Sword of Darkness. So it's very possible that Legenial was the original Saber, Zuos was the original Blades, and Stories was the original Espada. Because let's keep it 100. One's a mythical beast, one's an animal, and one's a fairy tale character, and what's it called? And two of them have beef with their respective writer.
Exactly. But with all that being said, I have nothing to complain about. I give this episode a 10 out of 10. I freaking love this episode. I love the writing to it. I can't wait for next week's episode.
Like me, I just oh my god, they actually answered so many questions. I mean, they left us with a few new ones, but they actually answered some of the older ones. First of all, while this isn't the most we've seen him in an episode, this is the most direct interaction we've seen Tassel have in any episode, where we even find out that his actual name is Victor.
Yep.
But one thing that especially gets me going is the mythology behind the sort of logos. The fact that the Medges were originally 3 of the 5 swordsmen, and who knows? Maybe the reason why they're evil right now is because they've been through the multiverse of madness. Yes.
Yep.
I made that reference.
Yep, I know.
And yeah, because there is that balance between Tassel and a Master Logos. I can actually see now why not only do we almost never see Tassel interact with the main characters, but also he's almost always in Wonderworld in the actual show. But I am really curious, what are they gonna do with him now that he's actually for real this time in the show, having an actual purpose besides conveniently holding on to Yuri's stuff while he's away.
narrating the show.
Yeah, and because let's be honest, he could have just been the narrator from Kaku Ranger, where he's just narrating. But no, he has a direct role here somehow, and now we find out one of the roles he had. He was one of the original writers, and I'm curious what writer is he going to turn into? Because I don't think he's going to turn into. I don't think he's going to become ex-swordsman or Slash or Buster. It has to be one of those 2 mystery swords that we saw in the flashback clips. And yeah, I'm curious what's gonna happen with Luna, what's gonna happen with Sophia. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever been this excited to watch the next episode of Saber in the entire season. and I'm just giddy. And yes, we have the ultimate Game of Thrones moment right here. Oh my god, I've probably been blabbering too much on this.
It's okay though.
I it's really hard for me to complain about this episode. Yeah, maybe there might be an issue or two that I might be overlooking because of how excited I am, but I can't think of anything right away to complain about. So 10 out of 10.
Yes, baby, 10.
This is probably the best episode we've seen so far.
This is the best episode I've seen of Kamen Rider Saber thus far. It's that damn good.
And just like that, we are with certainty over the halfway mark of the show.
Yeah, we're about to get out of here soon. Anyways, so guys, let's look at the comments section. Facebook and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new episode of the Rider Time Podcast. For Facebook, if you are new and if you have enjoyed our review of Kamen Rider Saber episode 26, be sure to like and follow our page here on Facebook. To the YouTube crowd, if this is your first time watching this on YouTube, thank you guys so much. And please be sure to like this video. Hit it again, hit it the third time, triple like it. And be sure to subscribe to Morphin Network. hit the bell icon to get any notifications whenever we post interviews and when we go live, everything like that. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, let's start looking. More phenomenal like Fox Ranger. What's up, Fox Ranger? How you doing, dude? Emmanuel Sebi, Ryder Bros, Corvette Bros. Or Corvette Bros.
I think he meant Cornet Bros.
Cornet Bros. Oh, okay. Cornet Bros. My favorite episode of Star Wars Clone Wars is season 4, episode 1, Water War. Okay.
I think there were probably some better episodes in season 4, in my opinion. At least in my opinion.
Plo Koon is your favorite Jedi Master. See, mine was Kit Fisto because he had the dreads.
Mine was Kit Fisto because he could shoot air bullets.
I would love to see Keeper from Power Rangers Dino Charge with a lightsaber. No, you don't. No. And last, what's up, Stronger Gang? Damn, that's sound, y'all. Oh, the sound of Tetsuo screaming in pain. Yeah. I felt so, dude. I thought I was gonna cry because I'm like, because Tetsuo is like, you never like, even though he's
much like we've never seen Tetsuo smile until that episode where he goes perma baby face. Like, we've also never seen him show any signs of anguish until this episode, and who could blame him?
No one, dude. Like,
especially if you're an Eureka 7 fan.
Ooh, baby, yeah. Anyways, but guys, that's all the comments for today. So thank you, Facebook and YouTube. Bye-bye. Comment section. Bye-bye. And we're back. Guys, thank you guys very much for watching the Writer Bros and the Writer Time podcast. Mike, as always, you are a great co-host. Where can the people find you, good sir?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, and you can find me on Instagram at chrono_just_cosplay. And my good brother in arms, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @reckless_fox, YouTube reckless_fox, and find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/recklessfox. And if you want more content, myself, Mike, and a few other members of the pod Morphin Network, we do our own video game podcast every Sunday. The Scroll Game Podcast, and we are now on almost every podcasting app and website. You can now find the Scroll Game Podcast on SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, and Breaker Audio. We are now there. Video highlights of the podcast are up on YouTube and our Instagram page at The Scroll Club Podcast. Be sure to check us out and show us some love. And with that being said,
and of course, make sure you have a really great lunch or dinner within the next hour or two, because this is not the last show Morphin Network is having tonight, because later tonight I will be interviewing none other than Calendor from Mystic Force. So be sure to check that out exclusively on Facebook on Morphin Network's Facebook page.
All right, I can't wait. That's gonna be pretty lit. With that being said, guys, well, we gotta drive up on out of here. But until then, guys, we will see you on the next episode of the Rider Time Podcast. Same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, guys, bye-bye.
Start your
engines.
Piono Kamen Rider wa
Kamen Rider Drive.
Kamen Rider Drive aired on October 5th, 2014 for 48 episodes.
108 artificial beings called Roidmudes rise up, causing a gravitational shift event called the Global Freeze.
In response, the police create a special task force to combat Roidmudes-related crimes, using the research of Dr. Krim Belstein.
With Belstein's mind inside a belt, Officer Shinosuke Tomari becomes Kamen Rider Drive, using shift cars to combat Roidmudes and their gravitational abilities.
The task force must battle their artificial foes while also solving the mysteries behind the Global Freeze, Tomari's father's murder, and the disappearance of the previous Drive. I'll see y'all next week.
Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course, and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is now August the 27th to the 29th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. And Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.